Hello, today I'm reviewing the LEGO Ideas Vintage Car. It is number 40448. It is a 12 plus set and it has less than 100 pieces. The set is comprised of lots and lots of teal elements, as well as some white elements, some tan elements, some grey elements, and then some transparent elements. I think it's a great little set, and it is a great tribute to the original designer who submitted this ideas design. One of the best things about this set for me is the fact that the building techniques actually use some different snot build elements. One of them is the windscreen, how it attaches that side on, as opposed to attaching it directly down using the stud attachments at the bottom. It actually uses angles with clip pieces. They also use snot techniques on the doors to use these wall element pieces, and they attach those on clips and on single bricks and then put it sideways, and I think that's pretty effective for a door. It's not that well sturdy. It is quite sturdy, but I can understand why it might break off, but I think it is still pretty effective, and it does get the shape nice because the inside goes inward and then out to create that dip for the inside of the door panels. Another great thing is that there's so many unique pieces in this set, such as the teal modified plate here with the hole in, which we've never got this piece in teal before, and that means you can put this hood ornament inside it. And I think this was quite a good part usage, because this is actually a piece they use for door handles on the Creator Expert sets, but they've used it here as a hood ornament, and I think that works really well. Something that I think is an improvement over similar vehicles that they've done that are this sort of scale is how they've used a wheel arch piece to create the shape of the grille. I think that really works particularly good, and I'll show you in a bit how they've done that compared to the Downtown Diner Cadillac, which is very similar. The teal was great anyway, and teal is one of my favourite LEGO colours, so I'm really pleased they did that. Another thing where they use snot building techniques is actually for this back bumper part. The bumper's in two separate parts. This is not one structure, it's two separate bits for this side of the bumper and the other side, and they've actually built those upside down, so you attach them upside down. You can see sort of here that that's the bottom of the studs there, which is pretty cool. And then you've also got the these tube pieces that they've used to attach the lights, these Technic tubes, which I haven't seen them do that before for backlights on these sort of cars, and that looks pretty good. And it actually attaches using a single little Technic piece that goes inside the tube, and then it attaches one of these rounded plate pieces of two, and it overlaps, and then you put the two red transparent 1x1 studs for the different lights on both sides. One of the other things is that they've done stickers with the license plates on. I'm glad they've included that, because in other small cars like this, most of the time they don't include license plates, and I think that makes it a bit more authentic and interesting to have that. I just wish that they hadn't been stickers. I wish they'd been prints, because that would have been better, but they are the only stickers in this set, so that's a good thing. I think that the way they've done the seat is pretty cool, and they've used these curved 2x2 tiles to make the padding for the back of the seat. And you've also got these jumper plates, 1x2 jumpers in tan in here, so you're able to attach two minifigures to the seat to have two passengers if you put them in so they're slightly off center, the minifigure legs. As you can see, I've taken the surfboards off, but that's only for the purpose of this review, but they do fall off quite easily because they're only attached on the very end of the back of the surfboard, and they're quite loose, and they can easily be knocked off, which is probably the biggest downfall of this set in terms of its actual structural integrity. But in terms of the appearance of the set, I think the surfboards are a great inclusion. I think the fact they fall off is worth it, because obviously this set is meant to be a display piece more than anything else, although you could use it as a toy if you wanted to. So I think that was still worth it. I think two of the biggest downfalls of this set are probably actually how they've diverted from the original designer's use of the indicator lights, because they've actually just put 1x1 amber studs for the indicator lights, which is good because obviously that means they are the right colour for indicator lights compared to the original design, which just had the outline of the lights in silver. But I did like how they used binocular pieces in the original design for that, because I thought that gave some nice shape and texture to it, and I haven't seen that been done before in an official set, so I wish they had done that. Even if they'd just had a new recolor for those pieces and made them orange, that would have been really cool. But it's not a massive big deal, and I still think it doesn't take too much away from the set. It does still look really good. The only other downfall I would say is the windscreen. I don't like the fact that they've used a blue windscreen for this set as opposed to a transparent one like they used in the designer's submission. I think a transparent one would have made the colour look a lot better, because the whole car is teal and the blue clashes with the teal of the car and it doesn't really stand out like it should. And I think considering they used a transparent window on the Cadillac from the Downtown Diner set, it would have been good to have matched that and made this transparent too. I do like how they've done the bonnet section with this the boot section I should say, with this bonnet piece. And under there, I'm not going to take it off, but if you take it off, there's actually enough space in there you could hide a suitcase or something, because there's a 2x2 brick size space underneath that's empty, and you could actually hide something in there if you wanted to make your own little story up in a Lego city or something, where maybe they're going on holiday and they've got something in the back. That'd be pretty cool. And the wheels are really good, and they're the same wheel pieces used on the Downtown Diner Cadillac as well as that were used on the front wheels of the blue hot rod set that was done as a promo last year. There is some other similarities between this set and the blue hot rod as well, especially when it comes to the minifigures. With the minifigures, you get two minifigures with this set. You get one of a female minifigure, and it has blonde ponytail hair, which is pretty good. And you get the Nia torso from Ninjago City sets and Ninjago City Chase, and the Legacy Ninjago sets too, where it's got the leather jacket with the striped top, and I really love that torso piece, so I'm not complaining about getting another one. You also get the lavender coloured trousers, which you don't get very often, so that's also pretty welcome. And then you get, on the face print, you get lavender glasses printed on the face which match the trousers, so that was a quite good idea of matching colours. This set actually has a alternative face print as well, which is also pretty good, and you get one without glasses, which is nice, but I personally prefer the one with the glasses because I think it looks cooler and it feels more unique to this set, and it goes well with the overall build of the set. I think this is a great minifigure, and even if you didn't want this vehicle, the minifigure is still good anyway. You also get an extra minifigure, and the other minifigure is a male minifigure. The hairpiece is one that's quite common, but it is used in black, which is slightly less common. This also has glasses, which I love, as it matches the female one. And then the torso is pretty cool. It reminds me of an American style college jersey or something, and that's just in light blue along with orange arm printing, and then the trousers are just plain black. This minifigure doesn't have an alternative face though, which is a shame. It would have made sense to have given this one an alternative face without glasses like the female one, but they didn't for some reason. And if you would notice, you'll notice how similar the minifigure is when compared to the male minifigure that came with the blue hot rod promo last year. When they're next to each other, they look pretty similar. As you can see, the headpiece is exactly the same. The hair colour is brown for the hot rod one, whereas this time it's black. but they are exactly the same hairstyle. The trousers are different, as on the Hot Rod one they were in tan and they had more detail, but then also you can see they've both got jerseys, so it looks like they could even be rival college students from different colleges. I feel like this sort of takes me back to the film Grease, in the way that it's got two sort of preppy college students wearing similar outfits. But I think it's quite a cool little Easter egg that they are similar figures. I actually don't mind that they're similar, because it feels like when you put those two vehicles together and have these two characters together, it's like they're almost like rivals of each other, but they're also very similar, and I think that's quite cool. Quite funny actually, in a way. Obviously in the Hot Rod set you got a female minifigure too, which was the female mechanic one, but obviously there's no similarity between the two female figures from these two sets, so there's not really a lot I need to say on that. As for the vehicles themselves, when you put this set next to the blue Hot Rod, they do look pretty good together. Obviously this car is quite a bit longer than the Hot Rod, but they do look really good together, and it would make sense that it'd be longer, because in reality this would be quite a bit of a bigger car anyway. The colours go together well with these two cars, with the contrast between the red interior of the Hot Rod and the tan interior of this one. They're two different shades of blue and it looks pretty awesome. And then comparing it to the Downtown Diner Cadillac, the colours of the teal and the pink look amazing together, just like how the teal and the pink on the actual Downtown Diner set goes together. I think that this one I actually prefer, personally, to the car that comes with the Downtown Diner, because I probably prefer the teal, in fact, over the pink, surprisingly, even though I love pink for Cadillacs, because obviously it reminds me of Elvis's Cadillac. But I think that the way they did the grille on this one is better than on the pink Cadillac, because I like that they used that wheel arch piece as opposed to just these vent pieces. Both looks really good, but I actually prefer the arch. I also think the bonnet is more detailed on this one than that one. Rather than just using a whole bonnet piece, they've actually put depth to it with these different levels of tiles and plates, and then the hood ornament. The only thing that's better about the Cadillac from this one, to me, is that the windscreen is actually in the transparent normal colour rather than in the blue, and I think that looks better. Also the shape of this window I think goes better with the whole build than the windscreen on this set does. There's one other thing that I like more about the new one. Well, actually no, there's two things I like more about the new one. One is that I like that on the back lights, I think I like the horizontal positioning where the lights and the double lights are next to each other, whereas on this one they are above each other. Although above each other is probably more accurate to a Cadillac, but I still think it looks probably preferable in my own opinion. And the other thing is that I like on the new one that the wheel arches actually match the body of the car. I prefer that to how on the pink Cadillac the wheel arches are white and don't match the car. That is just preference, but I personally think it looks better and it makes more sense to me. I would say that both these cars are great, and if you have the Hot Rod as well, then having the three of them in a row looks pretty awesome. They do look pretty good together, all three of them. So yeah, if you have all three, then you're not going to really be too disappointed with any of these vehicles, and the new one certainly is a good addition. And there's not a lot else I can say about it really, only that it's a good set, and the fact that it's a promo set makes it even better, because obviously you can get it through other sets. And I'll be adding this next to the Downtown Diner probably, because of how good it looks with that. So yeah, if you have modular buildings, then this is great to have with those. I think it's great anyway, but I feel like this is more geared towards people who have modular buildings. It just makes me think even more though, why didn't they include this or something along these lines with the police station modular that's just come out, as something along this sort of level of detail and awesomeness would have looked really good with that. Like a police car of this sort of era of vehicle would have worked so well. The piece count of this set is quite low, but I feel like every single part is used really well, so they didn't need any extra parts at all in this set. I still like the convertible section with the white and how it dips in the middle to make that sort of fabric appearance to it. Yep, and they could have made the license plates prints, but it wasn't necessary for a small set on this sort of scale, and the fact that it's a promo. I still think it's one of the best promos Lego's done to date, maybe the best, but I'm not 100% on that. And I can't really fault the set too much at all, and I hope you've enjoyed this review about it. And well, oh yeah, there's one other thing, is that they could have changed the wing mirrors so that they had reflective wing mirror pieces instead of just the normal light grey, because that would have been cool, but I'm not surprised they didn't do that. The same with the lack of chrome on this set, which the original designer had on theirs. I'm not surprised they didn't include chrome at all, especially on a promo. It's not surprising. Even though I do like chrome, it's not always the best for environmental reasons, and the paint can peel off, so that's why they didn't use the chrome for this particular build. Anyway, these are just my thoughts on this set, and I hope you've enjoyed this review, and feel free to like and subscribe if you want more videos like this, and I'm sure that you'll get enjoyment if you get this. If you don't want to buy another set to get this promo free, you can always get one on eBay, although it's better to get it from Lego directly if you can. And yeah, they're all my thoughts on this set, and there's not a lot else to say. The box is pretty cool, and it makes the set look really appealing when you even get the box of this set, but the actual build, as most Lego cases seem to be, is actually better than on the box. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.